Hello and welcome back to another Oscar prediction video where today I will be taking a look at the category of Best Supporting Actor. So first off, right out of the gate, I want to say I apologize that these videos are coming to you so late. Something's just happening this year. It's not that I'm busier than I normally am in past years, but I just am I'm in this weird depression wave where I don't want to do anything. And so getting these videos out, plus I'm running into a lot of technical issues with my computer, so it's been harder than it normally is to get these videos out to you on time, but I do care about you guys and I want to make sure that you get these videos. So yeah, let's the supporting actor category is one that, like supporting actress, has had a pretty clear frontrunner for a while now, and even though we haven't gotten SAG yet, I see no reason why SAG would differentiate from the obvious frontrunner, so let's get right into it. Fifth most likely to win is Sterling K. Brown in American Fiction. So this is Sterling K. Brown's first Oscar nomination. He's obviously very well known for TV, for This Is Us and The People vs. O.J. He's also done some film work in stuff like Waves and Black Panther, but he's one of those actors who's just really, really likable and a very reliable presence. And so this is his first Oscar nomination. It's very exciting to see him get this. But there is a bit of a question of, okay, how deserved is this? Because Sterling K. Brown, he's in the movie and he has a few good moments, but some have said, if he just had one more scene, if we just got to know the character a little bit. There's some talks that the character was somewhat let down by the writing of the film. I don't know, I just don't feel like this is a character that necessarily needs rewarding. The nomination was a surprise. Compared to the other four people here, a lot of people were very surprised to see him show up over someone like Charles Melton in May-December. So while this is a good performance, and while Sterling K. Brown is a very recognizable actor, I really do think this is one of those welcome to the club type nominations of, congratulations, Sterling, you've got a number of Emmys, this is your first Oscar nomination. Maybe if you do something with a little bit more substance, then you can get an Oscar win. But for now, welcome to the club, as I said. Solid performance in a very good movie, but I don't think he's going to win. Fourth most likely to win is Robert De Niro in Killers of the Flower Moon. Okay, so I debated this placement for a little while because De Niro, he's certainly very good in the film, but the main reason why I have him low is because he's the only person in this category who has already won an Oscar. He's won two, and granted those two wins were a while ago, and obviously an actor of his stature, it does make a certain amount of sense to give him a third. But you look at the film, and the film itself has kind of sort of fallen out of favor with Academy voters. I mean, it got a lot of nominations, obviously, but it's not really in the conversation to win much outside of Lily Gladstone. And because Gladstone has kind of become the face of the movie, and there's a lot of talk about how the movie sells you on DiCaprio and De Niro, but by the end, all you can think about is her. And there's a reason why DiCaprio didn't even get nominated for the film. De Niro, I think, is very, very good, and he does play this villainous character who acts like he's not villainous very, very well. It is a very good performance. I don't think this is something that he needs to win for, and I don't think he's won a whole lot of precursors in the lead up to this. So while I do like the performance, and I think this is a very worthy nomination, I don't think he's going to win. Third most likely to win is Mark Ruffalo for Poor Things. So this is Ruffalo's fourth Academy Award nomination. He was previously up for Spotlight, The Kids Were All Right, and Foxcatcher, all in the supporting category. And Ruffalo, he's always been a very reliable actor, but there's something about this performance that is really catching people's attention because it's so different from the type of characters that he normally plays. It's this comedic buffoon that is very over the top, and I would not have thought to cast Ruffalo in this role, but he does it, and he does a great job with it. And I've seen some people say that he would be their vote in the category, and I debated putting him at number 2, but ultimately I think this placement makes sense because the performance is very over the top, and it is pure comedy. And while some people may like that, some people may gravitate towards that, others may find that it's a bit too much. And it does sort of depend on how people want to think about the film overall. I don't know if he's won a whole lot of major critics' prizes in the lead up to this. He gets nominated at a bunch of places. I believe he missed the SAG nomination for Defoe. So, this is a solid movie, and it is a really, really strong performance on behalf of Mark Ruffalo. And it is cool to see him branch out and do something so different from his normal style, but I think based on the patterns, based on what's won Critics' Awards, I think third place makes sense for him. Second most likely to win is Ryan Gosling in Barbie. Okay, so it might seem a little bit hypocritical to put Ryan Gosling higher over Mark Ruffalo, and I do think the two are perhaps kind of interchangeable. They're both playing very comedic roles, very over-the-top roles, and but I do think Gosling has maybe a little bit more substance behind it in that a lot of the film is centered around his character and that arc. He's almost a secondary lead to Barbie, and it is a very memorable performance. He does get a lot of big moments, including the famous I'm Just Ken song. So I think so many people, and Gosling is a beloved actor who's been in the industry for a while, and some may be compelled to vote for him for the win. After seeing the movie, I thought he could stand a chance in winning, and I think he's actually won a number of critics' prizes. I think of the actors in this race, he's number 2 in terms of winning things. But he's not number 1. And if you look at who's won all of the really important precursors, then the answer of who's going to win the Oscar becomes obvious. Number 1 most likely to win is Robert Downey Jr. in Oppenheimer. So, like Gosling, Downey Jr. is a very, very well-respected actor. He started off with stuff like Chaplin and Tropic Thunder and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and then he spent a full decade as Tony Stark, and most people really strongly associate him with that role. And now that he's finally done with the MCU, and he's taking on this character who is so decidedly different from Tony Stark, and yet so watchable in a movie that so many people love so much, this kind of seems like the obvious choice. Even though I don't know if he would be my choice, and I do like what Gosling and Ruffalo are doing a bit better, and also De Niro is very good, it is a very strong lineup, and some might say that this performance is a bit obvious, and that the shouting stuff is a bit, okay, give this guy an Oscar. I don't know. I think this is a solid performance, and I think clearly people love the movie, and just based on the quality of the other performances, I might have expected this to go in a different direction, but this is the direction we're heading. He's already won Golden Globes. Not SAG yet, that hasn't happened yet, but it's gonna happen. He's won Critics' Choice, he's won BAFTA, he's won all of the Critics' Prizes. And you know what? Everyone loves Robert Downey Jr., or at least everyone loves Tony Stark, and people associate him so strongly with that role, and now it's both a way to recognize Downey as an actor, and also a way to commend him for stepping back from the MCU and doing more serious acting projects again. So for that reason, I do believe Robert Downey Jr. will win the Oscar. Thank you very much for watching, and tune in next time when I will be taking a look at the category of Best Live Action Short Film. See you then.